inside a hole, nowhere to go. You cower in yourself, walking all alone. You've lost your hope, your steps make a single sound. Until you hear a noise. Here are these strangers walking with you that share.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Talkie Time series. My name is Asher Rivers, and this is now the third episode of my quest to draw a lot of bronies in the fandom. Today's episode, I'm drawing Ashley H. Now, Ashley H is a singer, which is at least what I know her for. Love her songs. I didn't script anything in this, if you guys were wondering. But anyway, I know I just did a Talkie Time series, I think a week ago. It's been a while. I've been very, very busy with work. And I also want to test out the qualities of this new microphone. I also need to vent a little. Last Saturday was when I came into work around 8:45 in the morning. That's when my shift usually starts. And might I say, I actually work in the rental shop of a ski resort near where I live. So it was easy money. It's a minimum wage job. Relatively easy. I work on the racks, so I give out skis and snowboards. Other than that, it's a pretty laid back job, not very hard. You do need to test for it, so that was fun to do. Sorry if you guys are hearing my stutter, I'm reading this without a script. And then, so how it works is you need to take a test to get qualification to work on the racks, because there's a certain code that you have to use to hand out skis and snowboards. And it took me like 5 times to pass the test, because I didn't know if you got one wrong, you had to redo the whole thing. And I couldn't figure it out until like my 4th attempt. So when you did, I got it all finished, and that took forever to do. And working the racks was it wasn't as easy as working in the boots, because when you're working the boots, you just walk up and down the aisles forever. And on occasionally, you'd help customers out. I might do a whole other Talkie Time episode about that. And sorry, I just moved the monitor because it's really, really hard to see the colors the way I'm sitting. I'll get a drawing tablet at some point, but I need to save up money for it. Remember, minimum wage job does not cover everything. Okay, now I'm back. I don't know what's going to happen next. Anyway, so when you're working the racks, you actually have something that you're doing. And then, how should I put this into words? It's not hard, but the customization ones are the most difficult to work with. And you'll understand what I'm saying in just a second. So anyway, I get this young kid who is like, if I remember correctly, was around age 4, but he was super tall, and he was very, very thin, like very, very lean. But then when he comes in, I do the system, and then it turns out he needs a custom ski to fit his boot size. I don't remember what his boot size was. But it was one of the smaller ones. So then I go back into the racks to get him a pair of skis, but we're all out. The day I was working was the busiest day I've ever seen it. Almost every single rack of boots was picked clean. A lot of the kids' boots were still there, because we don't get too many young kids going. It's usually around the age of 5. Not 5. Maybe around 6 when they start coming to and learning how to ski. So then, when I go back there and we're out of custom skis, I'm thinking, oh shoot, we're out of customization skis, what do I do now? I don't know if that sounded any better. So then I walk back out to the shelf where I was working, and then I tell the parents that we're actually out of his size skis, and they did not react the way I was thinking. The woman I was working with, she was like, well, why are you guys out? You guys are a ski resort. You should always have copies of extra ones. And I'm like, it's a very, very busy day, ma'am. We're just out of his size skis. I offered to give him one size down from his original size, but it turns out he was an aggressive skier, which when you're working there, an aggressive skier, you want to give them longer skis, because you want them to have more control at faster speeds. I know it sounds complicated, and again, unscripted, and I don't know what I'm saying. So then I offered to give him a longer pair of skis. In this case, I don't remember what size it would be, but my guess would be the size 3 skis, which is just the longest ones in kid sizes. So then she goes into a fit. She's like, I don't want him to have an accident on the hills. Go back there and check again. So then I do. I check both sides, and we are clean out of custom skis. I tell her that, I'm sorry, miss, we are all out of customization skis. And then she grabbed her paper, grabbed her son by the wrist, and then walked away. And then that was the last time I ever seen her. She never came back down to the shop. I don't know if they left or not, or if they went over to the tubing area. And, yeah, that happened. That was a fun experience. But I'm telling you guys, that day was busy. Everything was gone. I'd say the kids' skis were like the last ones on the racks to kind of be empty in a way, because all of the adult racks, they were all back to the walls. You could actually see the floor where the skis were. At the shop, the skis stick into the floor. That we have a special groove on the floor that you stick the skis in and they stick straight up. You could actually see the floor where they were. The floor was all shiny, and that resort's been open since the 80s. That goes to show how old that rental shop is. So yeah, after that, I got a talk from my boss, and he said, he asked me what was wrong, and I said that some woman came up and we were all out of her custom-sized skis. And then, we didn't have her son's skis. And then he says, did they have a custom? And I told him no, we were all out. And then I offered her to give him one size up from his original size. And then my boss seemed pretty relaxed about it. Since I offered and she didn't take it. There was nothing I could really do about it. As far as I know, my boss didn't know what to say either. I have 2 bosses, by the way. I talked to both of them. None of them knew what they were doing. None of them knew what we could have done about it. We didn't end up getting any of the customization skis back until 9 o'clock. And might I ask, the resort closes at midnight on a Saturday. So we didn't get them back until very, very late. In fact, we didn't get a lot of our equipment back until 11 o'clock at night. But I have a feeling it was so busy because it was it's a weekend. The weather was really, really nice. The snow was dry, nice and powdery. It was snowing outside. And there were actually no sporting events going on that weekend. So no one had to be anywhere. So I could see why it was being so busy. They actually raised their prices in the shop at one point because of how busy it was. I actually just finished the drawing now and I'm going to start editing it. But anyway, yeah, that was by far like the busiest day I've ever been there. I've never worked that hard in my day. And I've put up with quite a few annoying customers that day. Like, I could probably do a whole nother Talkie Time episode about it. But I just wanted to mention the weirdest one and yet one of the worst ones. I might talk about that in the next Talkie Time series. But anyway, actually, yeah, this part of the video was a mistake because I thought about putting her cutie mark behind her, and it didn't look good. So, I decided to just get rid of it. But anyway, yeah, worst day of working there. But I did end up going skiing with my friends and my cousins afterwards. So that was a very, very good part of the day. Too bad I don't get off until 7. Sorry, not 7. I don't get off until 4, and all the nice groomed powder got washed away. There were a ton of moguls everywhere, and wherever there weren't moguls, it was ice, because all the snow had been brushed up into the moguls. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want me to keep doing the Talkie Time series, let me know down below. And if you have any other Bronies or Pegasisters that you want me to draw, link them down below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay breezy. Goodbye, everybody.